Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for the latest episode of Rick and Morty, Rickmancing the Stone. And overall, I thought this was an interesting episode. It didn't really completely catch me, but I don't think it was completely terrible. So, we begin and we see that Rick, Summer, and Morty have kind of come back from one of their adventures, and Jerry's like kind of saying goodbye because of the whole divorce and everything that he's getting from Beth. And of course, Summer doesn't want to hear about it and pretty much pushes Rick to take him on another adventure pretty quick. And they open up a portal gun. She drops down. Rick follows her in, and Morty's like, "Well, see you, Dad," and follows them in. And they are in a Mad Max style universe where it's post-apocalyptic and everything. And they're trying to find this kind of like flake of an isotope that Rick wants. And they're getting chased by all these people and everything. And they're telling Morty to like shoot these people, but he's not able to do it. But Summer's really getting into it because they're able to stop and get the flake. While of course Summer's like staying, takes out the main head guy, and pretty much gets into the Death Stalkers. And they're like, "Whoa, look at what's up there!" And he's like, "Oh, that's the Rockaway warship." And like Rick's like, "Holy shit, that's like a 20 freaking pound thing." It's okay, we can stay around here for a little while. So it's like they're trying to use this world not to deal with like the divorce and all that stuff. And even Morty's kind of talking about that and figuring that out as he's like trying to tell Rick, we kind of got to get everybody out of here. And Summer's like, "Well, I'm going to go off and like hunt some mutants with the people, so see ya." And of course, Rick's like going like, "Oh, do you want this kind of meat or another kind of meat?" And he's like, he chooses bicep. He's like, "Oh, so you're gonna really eat human flesh to kind of like avoid dealing with this?" They're like, "No." And he's like, all right, let's see what's going on here." And he wants to take the rock, so he's like, "All right, I need a distraction. Hey, do you use anything with like that Thunderdome place?" And like, they got a different name for it. It's like, whatever. All right, he needs a distraction, so he takes Morty, finds this like dead arm, and uses it for muscle memory, injects it into Morty's arm. It grows gigantic and pretty much gets a mind of its own, and he's like going through killing people in the Thunderdome with like ease. I'm talking about these people that have probably been like surviving the wasteland for years. He's just like beating the shit out of them. He's like, "Yeah!" At first he's like horrified by what's going on. He's like, "Yeah!" And of course Summer's going off, taking on mutants and all that, and learning more about this one leader of the Death Stalkers, Hemorrhage. And of course, kind of having more respect for him and everything. They kind of get back, and we see that Rick has the stone, and he's like, "Oh crap!" And he pretty much leaves them there at first, and Summer kind of gets together with Hemorrhage, and Morty just keeps killing people in Thunderdome, and Rick's trying to figure out what to do. He's made robots of Morty and Summer to kind of fool Beth, and they're kind of like getting their own kind of sentience. Like robot Morty's like, "I want to be me," and everything. And he's like, "Oh," and there we go. And he's like, "Oh," kind of like starting to gain some sentience, at least towards the end of the ruse, because he's like, hold on a minute." He pretty much leaves them to kind of like handle Beth as he goes back to try and get them. And of course, Morty has found out that there's memories in the arm, and he goes after the killer of him and his family and all that. Kills the one dude. He's like, "I didn't give the order, the dude in the castle did." And they went kind of Game of Thrones style to a castle, and he's trying to let the arm like drown this one dude. And he's like, "Oh no, I just Rick just comes out of nowhere and be like, "Oh, okay, no problem," because he needs the kids to be able to deal with Beth and all that, and kind of deal with what's going on, because she's having a hard time with it as well. She kind of is trying to bounce some stuff off of like Morty and Summer, but to no avail since they're robots, and of course they're being kind of like, "Okay," and seeing Rick trying to be like, "Okay, dial this down like a percentage or two," and all that. It's like, "Okay, let me kind of fix this up. I kind of need to bring them back." Of course, Summer wants to stay and be with Hemorrhage and all that. He's like, "All right, here." We see that Morty has to then finish killing the dude himself because the arm had like shrank back to its size. So him and Rick continue to kill and finish off the dude, and he just essentially makes a suburban utopia for the people with The Rock, and pretty much has Hemorrhage and Summer in a relationship. It's like 3 weeks, and Summer's like done with it because she went out to scavenge, Hemorrhage didn't, and all that, and it's like, screw this. So they leave, and Rick takes the rocks and everything, and everyone's like, no! We've lost like TV and everything, because they pretty much got it to a pretty nice level of civilization. But of course, Rick's use that. Summer gets back, kind of takes one of the skulls to kind of bond with Jerry and all that, and Morty realizes what was going on with his father, and be like, listen, I understand why you got this divorce. He was either did not care enough about the marriage to fight for it, or he's not strong enough to fight for it. So that's where we're at. We're good. And we'll have to see what happens with the robot Morty, because he was getting to a point like, I want to run in a stream, I want to eat ice cream and everything. So we'll have to see if Rick actually destroyed that robot to make sure that it didn't keep going crazy or whatnot. And it was kind of cool to see at the end how shit Jerry's life has become, because a coyote comes out of nowhere and he's like, do you want the snacks? And the coyote's like, no, do you want my unemployment check? This has no value to you. And he feeds it to the coyote, and it eats it and then spits it up just to say fuck you. I'm like, damn. And then of course we hear the wind whisper loser, and it's like, yeah, Jerry needs to like really change some stuff, or else he's gonna get screwed over completely. Because Rick's completely gotten what he wants. He's got Jerry out of the picture. He's the head honcho now. He's able to control everything that's going on in the house. He's now even got Summer going with him on adventures. We'll have to see what his ultimate goals are besides the Szechuan sauce and everything. So, overall, I enjoyed this episode, but there wasn't anything that just had me laughing out loud. I thought it was a nice, competent episode, kind of just building on what we've seen so far, thinking that this might really try and use the whole divorce thing throughout the episodes as an arc, kind of similar to like South Park, instead of kind of what we've gotten in the past with some over, like, we'll eventually get an arc, and then just kind of like some random one-off episode. So we'll have to see how it goes from here. So those are my opinions on the episode. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also, like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.